Thank you.
Nice, all right, we're at 927. Yeah, let's plus that 1,000.
All right, guys, EGLX 2018 Halo Championship Sunday.
Esports.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
All right, I think we're ready to go. Give me like 1 second to get the game. The game audio is going to be a little lower just because it's an NES instead of a PlayStation.
They're going wild back there.
There we go. That cart is super finicky. Thank you. Thank you. You want to take this? All right, you can throw. I'm ready.
That's the only reason I volunteered.
Yeah,
punching this.
obviously. Hello. Oh, we're already good. All right, hi, I'm back. This is Mega Man 5. Give them a hot second to calm down. Doesn't seem like they're going to, actually.
No, it's not. It's esports. Of course
right.
they're not.
All right, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Mega Man 5 on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Right off the bat, we're going to go to Starman stage first. Okay, I'm good.
Hi, I'm Lulu.
That's Lulu. Lulu is going to be joining me on commentary. My movement is going to be rough here for a second. Swapping between Mega Man games is kind of hard. Okay, we're going to Starman stage first here. I kind of hate this stage, to be honest, but Starman stage first is very important because we're going to get a special weapon from it called the Super Arrow. The Super Arrow is the key to this game as a speedrun.
It busts the game wide open.
It busts the game wide open. It's super important, so we need it as soon as possible. Gonna walk off that ledge because you fall faster out of a walk than a slide. Throughout the game, I'm gonna be collecting the letters that spell out Rockman. By getting all of the letters, I get Beat. Remember Beat? Beat owned in the last game. Well, guess what? Beat still owns in this game. I am playing on the Japanese version. As I just said, we're collecting the Rockman letters.
What exactly is like the lore behind Beat? Is that like something that Roll just made in her spare time?
Actually, let me get through this.
Yeah, when you get a chance.
Still adjusting to NES movement. Actually, so the events of this game are that Protoman kidnaps Dr. Light, goes rogue, and gets a bunch of robots to start acting very suspiciously Wiley-bot-like. Really makes you thinking face emoji. In order to help Mega Man save the day, Dr. Cossack, the fake villain of the last game, gives Mega Man Beat, except you have to collect the parts for Beat or something. I don't know.
You have to prove to the doctor that you can spell.
Yeah.
That was a pretty clean Starman stage.
Yeah, all in all, Star is hard.
Yeah, I feel like...
So this is the Starman fight. We're going to be using fully charged Buster shots. The fully charged Buster is fantastic in this game compared to Mega Man 8. You can hit through Starman's shield. Cool. Not the world's best fight, but I will take it.
Yeah,
all right, now we're done with the worst stage in the game. Yay!
Yeah, considering the amount of times I've seen you reset to that stage.
Yeah. Yeah, this stage is brutal. All right, we have the Star Crash now, which is a shield weapon. We also have the Super Arrow, which, as I mentioned earlier, breaks this game wide open. You will see why in a second. Now we are on to Gravity Man stage, actually one of my favorite stages in the game. Cool thing worth noting in this game, you can buffer inputs on the select screen there. You might want to turn the mics down a little bit. I'm getting a little feedback, I think.
Also, this does have the best acquiring weapon song in like the Mega Man series, in my opinion.
Yeah. You can buffer inputs on the select screen, which allows you to do those really fast. So this is the Super Arrow. It is a plunger you can ride on. It's fantastic. We're going to be using it pretty much everywhere to go insanely fast. Also, this stage has amazing music.
It's really good.
So the big thing with the Super Arrow is that it uses a ton of weapon energy. To mitigate this, we are going to be repeatedly sliding off the end of the arrow, essentially. In most cases, not in that one.
But in
I'm
this
gonna grab
one,
this health. We're not going to here because we don't need any more arrows in this stage,
okay.
and no matter how good you are at sliding, you can't save any energy out of an arrow that long, so it's kind of whatever. Got the R letter. So we need all 8 letters. If we miss any letter, we have to go back and get it. I've never had a run where I've missed a letter, so hopefully that won't change, because I do not know the strats to beat this game without Beat. Beat absolutely demolishes the castle stages. All right, well, that was Gravity. Now we're moving on, or that was Gravity stage. Now we're moving on to the Gravity boss. Gravity platforming is cool. I didn't even mention that, but that's what we're doing there.
Yeah.
I just saved 2 frames. If you hold left into a boss gate, if you were sliding, you save 2 frames of, like, time it takes for Mega Man to get out of the slide. I missed the extra hit there, which is a little unfortunate. Not a big deal, though. And then jump into the last hit, and that is Gravity Man. Cool, I really like that stage. Great music. Gravity platforming feels good, is a lot of fun. Next up, we are going to be going to Gyro Man stage. We're going to have our first really, really long arrow and our first multi-arrow setup, I believe. No, that's not true. We did a 2 arrow in that stage.
and we're also going to have some nice Greek food.
For the record, the ladders incentive does not continue to this game. There's a lot of ladders in this game, and we can't skip most of them. We don't have the Mega Ball, unfortunately. I love Gyro Man. Gyro Man is such a great Robot Master design. Just a happy helicopter beat boop.
Good music, too.
Yeah. This stage has an auto-scroller. Okay, it's over. Also helping us save on Super Arrow Mode, we jump once we get onto the arrow that we're going to ride, and kind of catch it once it's got its full momentum. Save 1 there allows us to do that setup, and then we can do this. Very nice. Switch to our Buster here, because the Buster owns. So in this game, you, just like in Mega Man 8, I never actually mentioned this in Mega Man 8, because it doesn't really ever matter. You can jump out of slides anytime you like. The exceptions to this rule are when you are underwater, in front of a ladder, or behind a cloud. Because game programming or something.
Now, the first 2 make a little bit of sense to me. The third one's just kind of...
Oh, I just clipped through a block there. Yeah,
that was
okay,
weird.
game. That letter is hard to grab sometimes. Oh well, no big deal. So, a little bit of history with me and this game. I learned this game actually fairly recently, about a month ago, for a little speedrunning community event called the 12-Hour Challenge. If you've never heard of the 12-Hour Challenge, it is a basically 12-hour, over the course of a weekend, community cram session where the one and only Golden challenges the speedrunning community to learn a new game they've never learned before. So I learned this game. And this game's a lot of fun. So if you've been looking for a way to get into speedrunning, keep your eyes peeled for the next 12-hour challenge. It's a great way to start. The next one will happen after the next Games Done Quick event. Unfortunately, there are no 12-hour challenges after games finished adequately. All right, so this is Gyro Man. We are going to be using the Gravity Flash here as an area of effect weapon that with kind of a specific timing we want to be hitting. No problems.
Nice.
Play it a little safe there, because if you fire too early, you end up having to switch to Buster to finish the fight, and it's super duper duper slow. What are we at? 927. That's like $75. That's like
We can
three.
get there.
That's like 3 real people dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's. Can we get to 100 by the end of this run, please?
Well, we got 9 of those. You mean 1,000?
Yeah. 1,000. That one. Thank you. All right, so next up is Crystal Man stage. This is another stage that I don't like too much. It's really hard and kind of scary. We're going to do our best, though. If things go wrong, I don't really have backup strats, so shrug.
Oh, this is the one with the death warp, isn't it?
Yeah, you can skip this entire stage with an arbitrary code execution death warp that is incredibly easy to set up. Only problem is that you miss the beat letter by doing so. That strat is only viable for... Okay, that's bad. We should be okay. We are not okay. Eddie, gonna help us out? No, okay. That's fine, we'll survive somehow. Unfortunately, the Crystal Warp is only viable...
In a beatless run?
In a beatless or 46 Robot Masters run? Oh, that was bad. I shouldn't have been taking that many damage boosts. Oh, that's really bad. This is like exactly the situation I don't want to be in. We'll see what happens. If I can't make this happen, I can just game over or something. We have room on my estimate, so... yeah. That's why you really want the super arrow there.
Yeah.
Okay, we game over. We're fine. Let's just try that again. Make sure we continue, not stage select. Let's nail the arrows this time and not have to do that.
Yeah. I'm really excited for the 12-hour challenge this year, the next upcoming 12-hour challenge, because I kind of skipped on this one because I was so new to speedrunning in general. Because I only started at the turn of the year, because it was a part of my New Year's resolutions. So I was just like, I'm already like only 3 hours into learning one game. I can't spend it with another.
Okay, cool. We hit that arrow this time, which means we can actually do another arrow in this screen and make this stage really, really easy. Oh, okay, we're fine.
Got there.
It's okay. Totally intended strats. So Rush Jet in this game, Rush essentially summons relative to your horizontal position. So by jumping in the air with a certain timing, we can get Rush to spawn higher, which is going to be pretty useful to us in a couple spots. Not in this stage, I don't think, but useful nonetheless. Oh, I missed. Oh, vey. The gyro blade is really hard to use in a speedrun, because you have to direct it with your D-pad. It goes forward, and then it will go up or down based on your input. And once you've selected a direction, it's stuck that way. So you have to combine that with doing, like, slides and stuff. It's hard. Oh well, that stage was kind of a mess. No big deal. Save our 2 frames. And this is the Crystal Man fight. We are going to be taking an intentional damage boost in a moment here. That is going to prevent this game from lagging like crazy with all 4 of those like crystal bubbles on screen. And we are done.
How do you feel about that one, Mega Man?
He's still smiling.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, Fleck has something to say.
Yeah, I do. We just got a $75 donation from Sarah.
Oh my gosh, Sarah!
Who says, "Done. Thanks for the awesome weekend of runs and good luck on the rest of Mega Man 5." And with that, we have broken $1,000.
Oh my gosh. Dang, I was like getting ready to push that for the whole run. Okay, well, now I guess we can just focus on video games.
Now let's go for 2.
2,000, let's go.
Come on.
Yeah, that does not mean stop donating. Keep them coming.
So this is Napalm Man stage. These tigers are best dealt with using the fully charged buster. As I said, the fully charged buster owns in this game. One thing worth noting with the fully charged buster, it will not continue to increase its charge when you are sliding, which is why I did some walking in that first screen. Right there, I just did some pretty specific movement to get a cycle skip. If you go slower, you get a 3rd one of those drill things. By moving really quickly, you can skip it. This super arrow is pretty cool. This is a modified version of the setup that Darkman78, a really good Mega Man 5 runner, does. I added that little damage boost there to make it easier, because I'm not good at this game. And then we use the last of our arrow here. Grab the N. One thing I didn't get a chance to mention while I was busy being bad in Crystal Man stage, we grabbed a E-Tank looking thing with an M on it. That is an M-Tank. I have no idea what the M stands for. Maybe Mega Man, I don't know. The M-Tank refills all of your health and weapons. Those are going to be super useful later in the Wily stages when we aren't getting refills anymore, but we want to keep using the super arrow among other things. Alright, we didn't die like a huge idiot there. If you die there, you go like all the way back to the halfway point of the stage.
Yeah,
and you have no weapons anymore, and it sucks, and you feel really bad. This is Napalm Man. This fight's pretty fun. Napalm Man's attack pattern is somewhat random, but no matter what he does kind of the same stuff. You just want to keep hitting him with the Crystal Eye, and done. You want to be standing in the center of the screen after every boss fight so that Mega Man teleports out as fast as possible. Minor optimization. In Mega Man 4, it's more major because of other stuff, but you still want to do it. Coming up next is Stone Man's stage. Happy Stone. Stone Man's stage is pretty cool. A lot of neat buster movement and stuff of that nature. Also some fun super arrows and a lot of rush jet. So let's go 3 for 3. 1 for 3. Oh no, that's 0 for 3. That's 0 for 3. 1 for 3. Okay. You can jump over the first 2 mets and back damage boost off of the third one. Unfortunately, didn't get either of the jumps. They're fairly precise, so it happens. It's not a big deal. Our health isn't a huge concern in this stage. The C in Rockman is hidden in that little cave. Charging the Buster into this room.
So I didn't look closely ahead of time, but that rock there, that rock formation there, doesn't really indicate it's different than any of the other tiles, correct?
I think it looks slightly different. Maybe that also might be the placebo effect.
So, like, if it doesn't look different at all, because it didn't to me, but again, I didn't look super close, though, does that just mean you were supposed to, like, in order to find it, you just have to, like, hammer the shoot button at every wall?
I mean, there's no other point in the game where there's breakable wall like that, so... At least I don't think there is.
Huh.
All right,
Man.
so here comes our long stone arrow. I don't know why I slid there. You don't need to. And then after the arrow, we are going to switch to Rush Jet here. Start taking advantage of those Rush Jet jumps I talked about earlier. By pressing jump and then pressing shoot a little bit later, I can't really describe the timing, but it's consistent. At least we can get Rush to summon right to where we're jumping and get some extra height, which is useful. Hi, Eddie. Bye, Eddie. And then for this last screen here, we're going to be using Gravity. Gravity is great for screens full of small enemies, which is literally the entirety of Mega Man 5. They went a little crazy with the small enemies in this particular game, so Gravity makes quick work of them. So coming up is the Stone Man fight. We want to see only one crumple at the beginning. He's going to crumple once no matter what. Otherwise, we want to see none.
He just looks like Guts Man with lines painted on. I like that.
Okay, no crumples. And right here, I'm going to fire 3 of those. Doing that resets some values in the game's memory that's going to prevent something called the arrow glitch from happening to us in the next stage. The arrow glitch basically creates some weird clipping on the arrow, one in like a bajillion runs. By firing 3 napalm bombs there, we completely prevent it from happening, so no worries. Next up is maybe my favorite stage in this run. I don't know, I might have said that once already. I really like this game. This is Charge Man, aka Tuff Tuff Tag, if you speak Swedish. This stage is awesome, and it has amazing music, and it has a bunch of really cool super arrows. And it also has the animal room. So we're going to be sliding off the arrow here to save a little bit of energy. Coming into the next room, we have a fairly large but not free window of like vertical room to place that second arrow. You want to basically place it between the highest and third highest line in the background, and you should be fine. All right, so coming up here is the animal room. In true Mega Man 5 tradition, I dedicate this animal room to Games Finished Adequately and the staff team that made this run happen. Pidge, Fleck, Russell, all of you are awesome, and I'm really glad I could share this event with you.
Well, thank you
I
also. You forgot. You skipped a 4th staff person. You. I know it's weird to thank yourself, but thank you, Proto, for putting
You're
all this
welcome.
helping to put all this together.
Oh, I missed. This is not... Oh, the rebound there. Nice. Okay, that was not the smoothest animal room. That's okay. It happens. Do a full jump there. Puts us right on the corner of that platform. So best part of this stage by far, the Met trains. Just like everything about them is wonderful. They're Mets in trains. Like, what's not to love? It's precious and pure and adorable and very, very... okay.
I always felt really bad about killing the Mets because they seemed like such friends.
They're kind of not, but maybe, yeah.
They look like friends.
Gonna take a backwards damage boost off of the missile here. That's important. The missile does significantly less damage than the body. And now we're coming into the Charge Man fight, the worst fight, second worst fight, actually, in this game, because we have to use the wonderful weapon, the Power Stone. So the Power Stone is 3 rocks that go out in a spiral. It's extremely difficult to hit with, and takes an extremely long time to get off the screen. So we're gonna fire it, and then cancel it off the screen, because we don't want to deal with it. And as you can see, it's really easy to miss, but we're done with that.
Nice.
That fight kind of sucked. Oh, well. And next up is our last Robot Master. I'm not going to do something dumb, and I'm not going to talk about the dumb thing that I'm not going to do. By not going to talk about it, I mean it's called Bubble Skip, and it would save like 10 seconds, but God, it's terrifying, so we're not going to do that.
What's the penalty? If you miss it, like how much do you lose?
A lot, because you fall all the way back down a really large vertical section. I'll show it when I get there. So now we have the Charge Kick, one of the coolest weapons in Mega Man. It's like a powered-up slide. It basically allows you to kick things with your slide. And deal damage, and also slide through enemies without taking damage. So that's really cool. That's not the right weapon. So you can just slide through stuff with the Charge Kick, which is really, really nice. This is the comfiest wave.
Nice peach.
Yeah, this is a nice color scheme. So this is the room where that infamous bubble skip is. So we're just going to take a nice cozy bubble ride. What you can do is basically jump on some of the smaller bubbles right as you hit the screen transition and skip a bunch of this stuff, but as I said, it's scary. So while we're taking our nice little leisure ride, as I did in Mega Man 8, I would like to shout out the Mega Man 5 community, Darkman78, Baron Haynes, Brett Suzo, and others who helped me learn this game and inspired me to run it in the first place. And now our reward for, well, rather our punishment for being a huge casual and not doing bubble skip is an auto-scroller. Luckily, there's pretty much no risk of dying in this one, so I can keep chatting. One thing to watch out for in the second half of this auto-scroller, I need to pick up my last beat letter, and it is in the middle of this auto-scroller, so if you miss it, ouch, buddy, ouch. You have to kill yourself right outside of the boss door and start the whole auto-scroller over, which is really fun. But for now, we're just chill. Enjoy this comfy music. I guess in particular, I should shout out Orsa, Colonel Fatso, and Mr. Cab55, whose runs I used to learn this game. This is the big octopus. I don't know what its name is. That was the big octopus. So all throughout this auto-scroller, we want to be taking as little damage as possible, because we want a lot of health for the upcoming boss fight. Because as we all know, melee weapons like the Charge Kick plus bosses that deal body damage is a really great and fair combination.
Man, this is a long auto-scroller.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Yay.
We got all 8 letters. Everything is fine. That's like the biggest scare in a Mega Man 5 marathon run. Missing a letter is basically run over.
Now you can prove to the doctor that you know how to spell.
Yay! Alright, so here's the end of Waveman stage. Just one cannon, so yeah. Waveman fight, we're going to be using the Charge Kick, and we have to get right up in Waveman's face. And this is a really horribly balanced fight, but we have plenty of health, so it's not a worry. I cannot menu to Charge Kick today, apparently. Okay. And that is 8 Robot Masters. I have defeated a total of 16 Robot Masters today. Woo!
Yay!
I guess 24 if you...
Yeah, if you cut the refight.
If you count the refights. Yeah, we'll count the refights. That'll be a relevant joke later, for sure. Alright, so now we are on to the Darkman stages. Alright. Dark stages are probably the hardest stages in this game. In true NES Mega Man fashion, we don't get weapon refills from here on out. So we are going to be relying on the M-takes we pick up along the way to keep having weapons and be able to use our super arrow as much as possible. So this is a screen where that whole you can't increase your charge while sliding thing is very relevant because we have a bunch of these tigers that you are pretty much... The best way to kill them is with the fully charged Buster. Gonna do a little rush skip here. Just squish Mega Man into the ceiling a little. No problem, he's comfy. Ah! Cool. Fire a shot there so that it hits when we get to the other side. And try and hit that enemy. It's very small. I'm gonna skip this health like an idiot, probably.
Man,
We'll see. I have a damage boost coming up that if I heck up, I have to do it twice, essentially. Okay, that works, I guess?
Hey, it was
Not
one.
the intended strat, but it works.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple rush jet jumps here. Try and line these up in such a way that you get to the top of the ladder as fast as possible. Very nice. And because... Oh, wait, never mind. I was about to say something that is totally incorrect. Anyways, we'll pick up some health there, kill that enemy with this water wave. This is the water wave that we picked up from Waveman. And this is the first Darkman boss. So the 4 Dark bosses, they kind of build on this same general format. The first one has this tank body, the second one is going to have a shield, and the third one is going to have a gun. And then we just kind of combine all of those. Well, actually, we never get the tank body back, but yeah, that was Dark 1. If that fight goes haywire, you can take a lot of damage, so I'm glad it didn't.
Yay.
Coming up next is Dark 2, a stage with a couple bottomless pit sections, so that's scary, but we should be okay. As a plus, this stage has more Met trains, which means obviously it's an amazing stage.
I concur.
She concurs, so clearly we have a concurrence of speedrunners here. Please go up ladder. I don't know why I'm charging the Buster. I guess one thing I never mentioned about the Buster is that you lose your charge if you take damage. That is the case for Mega Man's 5, 6, and 7. I believe 7. I actually don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. Not in 4, which is the first game that has the Charge Buster, and not in 8. Hopefully not in 11, because it's a dumb mechanic. We don't need ladders. There's our ladder skip for this game, you Mega Man 8 fans. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're through that screen. That screen is very scary. Gonna be using the fully charged Buster here. Oof. And coming down here, we have this section. So the strat I'm going to use here, not the most optimal strat, but it definitely works. By kind of winging around, you basically despawn the enemies repeatedly so they don't fire shots and get in your way. Then coming up here, Met Cannon. Ooh, I do not have a lot of health. That's not good.
Ooh,
Never mind.
nice drop.
Thank you, game.
Always lucky.
Not a huge worry. I have plenty of E-tanks in this run.
Still.
And we'll get a bunch more later.
Saves a couple of seconds for
time.
menuing.
So now, remember all those letters we collected? This is our reward, Beat. Beat auto-tracks enemies and fights them for you, basically.
That's busted.
Beat owns. That's all you need to know about Beat. Beat is very good at this game. Beat is better at this game than I am, that's for sure.
So I wanted to ask a question that I had during the 8 run. When's the is that the first game that Bass shows up in?
No, that's 7.
Okay. Because I only remember him.
Bass is introduced in the intro stage of 7 and reappears repeatedly after that.
Okay. I only remember him from playing Battle Network 3. Because I missed out on 7 and 8.
So this is Dark 3, hardest stage in the game, has a bunch of technical super arrows. I can't grab ladders, apparently. We're gonna do our best here, I guess. See what happens. I have backup strats in case anything goes haywire. Gonna do a little skip here.
Nice.
That you have pretty generous room for, so as long as you make sure you're holding up at the right time. And then here comes our first super arrows. There's 3 major arrows in this stage. That's arrow number 1. Not gonna waste an arrow there. You can use it to go faster. Okay, so we have 2 arrows. We're gonna go for this. Let's see what happens. That's a good setup. So, slide under there, and then hop on this arrow, and we just cozy our way across that entire section. So we just skipped doing a really long, like, block snake section a la Super Mario World. Super duper slow. Arrow makes it super duper fast. We're gonna use our first M-Tank here. As I said, the M-Tanks are critical to this run. We want to be using our super arrow as often as possible. Like here. And that leaves us with more than enough arrow to do one more set of arrows in this stage. I'm gonna grab that E-Tank because I can. And then we are gonna face left here. That's important. That's very important, actually. You'll die if you don't. Face left, swap weapons, and then you just damage boost onto this platform.
I was about to
So
ask
this
why
is-
you die if you don't, but then you showed me.
Yeah. So this is the Dark 3 boss. Dark 3 boss is a huge jerk. He can fire deadly Cheerios that will freeze you in place until you get hit, or until an exorbitant amount of time passes like that. If this boss gets off a pattern you can handle, this can go very haywire, as it is going right now. Oh, die. Alright, well, we're done. It's over. I hate that boss. Final stage of Dark Castle here is Dark 4. Dark 4 is an extremely short stage with one kind of neat gimmick. Basically, we're going to be destroying blocks to make a tower fall around us. Shoutouts to Tower Fall. That's a game I know the name of, but don't really know much about besides its genre.
Yeah. Well, I really don't know anything about it except for the guys who made Celeste made it. Or one of the guys who made Celeste.
The problem with this section here, sorry for cutting you off.
No problem.
Is that during the fall frames, there's actually lag frames that can basically mean your shot won't hit the block you're shooting at, which makes this stage somewhat inconsistent, unfortunately. That being said, we just had literally perfect, I guess RNG, if you want to call it that there. So that was as optimal as that can be for the strats that I use. You can take it a little faster if you want. Oh my god, it's Proto Man! Dramatic shuffle, dramatic shuffle, dramatic shuffle. Ow! 31 health in one buster shot. That's some serious stuff, Wait a minute.
That's also Proto Man.
That wasn't Proto Man, it was the 4th Dark Man, and an L tank is a thing for some reason.
It's a love tank.
Yeah.
Because that's how Proto Man really feels.
So this boss is pretty simple. We want to jump basically whenever the shields reach kind of the end of their slow shot. That will allow us to avoid his triple shot and the shields and let Beat do the work. Hey, we did it! We beat the Dark Men and the game is over!
Yay!
Yay!
Right, you want me to, here, let me hit the button.
Time
Wait
is
a
coming up.
second.
Time is coming up. It's
Okay.
JRTA. What is this? Oh my god, it's Dr. Wily!
No.
I have only played this game a couple hundred times. Alright, so, I mentioned that I was playing on the Japanese version earlier and got distracted and didn't say this. We saved 18 seconds on the Japanese version entirely because of that cutscene.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
18 seconds?
18 whole seconds. It's really slow in the US version. So,
There they are.
now we have 4 Dr. Wily stages. Dr. Wily's castle is trans.
It very much. Yeah, no, that's. Yeah.
It's a fact.
It's canon.
Sorry, I don't make the rules here. So, coming right into the stage, we are going to grab another M-Tank that we're going to use later in the stage. We have a couple pretty technical super arrows coming up. Got a free E-Tank right here. Very nice. We want to jump off of that corner there because, as I said, you fall faster out of a jump or a walk than a slide. And given that that's a very long vertical falling section, our vertical speed matters a lot.
Right.
Fully charged shot there. Then we're going to try and line up a fairly precise fully charged shot there. Got it.
Nice.
Nail all 3 of those in one hit.
That looks sick
Hi.
as hell. Hi. How you doing? Okay. Nice chat.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good arrow height. That arrow is rather precise, as you may notice from how it looks. But we're good. And then 1 arrow there, and 2 arrows on this screen. Oh, okay,
Ooh,
we're fine.
Nice.
That's good, because that section is very scary without arrow.
God, this. How did this game? How did the arrow make it into this game as strong, as busted as it is?
Because if you don't do the little slides off of it, you can use it once. So
Okay,
it's
that
kind of
tracks.
balanced. But we found a way to broke. What is grammar?
Speed finds a way. Did you say find a way to grope?
I said we find a way to broke the game.
Okay.
Oh wow, this is bad. Oh my god. Literally impossible block. So yeah, this is a crusher room. Nothing too exciting to say here. By playing well, we can skip some cycles. I clearly didn't do that. Okay, next screen, most important jump in the game. It's the chicken! Oh, okay. Never mind. That was the chicken jump. We tried.
You did it. First try.
Yeah. And then we're going to pull out Gravity Hold here. This strat is really cool. That's what Gravity Hold does to regular enemies.
Makes you take 2 hits.
So first Wily Castle boss is Big Pets. Big Pets is called Big Pets because it's big and has smaller pets. Ideally, we want to be hitting it 2 times every time we get on the platform. We can afford 1 miss because we'll have an odd number of shots left at the end. The pattern of the smaller guys is random, but that was actually a really good one, so nice. Good Big Pets. Woo! Coming up next, Wily 2. We are going to have a water section. Remember what I said about water earlier? Do you remember what I said about water earlier?
You said that you cannot jump out of a slide in water. So
you cannot jump out of a slide in water.
So if you start a slide at a bad position, you just have nothing to do but watch yourself slide into the abyss.
Yeah, you can cancel out of the slide. You can't jump directly out of it. You can cancel by turning around or jumping. This is the same as Mega Man 6 for the entire game for some reason. Luckily, Mega Man 6 is my most optimized Mega Man game, so I very much know how to cancel slides. So in theory, we should be okay. First, we're going to grab another M-Tank here.
Man, they're just giving them away for free.
Oh yeah, they hand them out. So yeah, we're underwater, no slide cancels. Also lag, so we need to be pretty careful here. I'm going to take this nice and easy. Make sure we don't die, because dying would understandably be bad.
I try to avoid that in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
I've done a pretty good job of it so far.
Nice, I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Luckily, by timing some full slides in specific spots, we pretty much never really have to worry about slide canceling, which makes our life very easy. Gonna jump over some Mets, because they're not Mets on trains. We don't care about them. Pedestrian Mets are irrelevant.
Wow.
Gonna grab some health here. Unfortunately, there's no chicken jump there. There's a very precise strat you can do with Rush Jet to go over it, but that's about it, and that strat is dumb, so. Take our next M-Tank here. We're refilling that because we're going to need... we're gonna need some super arrows later. By refilling it now, we save time because we're going to be using a bunch of Gyro Blade. And since we won't need more Gyro Blade, it's going to make it very easy for us. Well, it's not going to make it easier. We're just going to save a little bit of time on that refill. So this is Cirque Ring Q9, the worst boss in Mega Man. The pattern of this boss is the same every time, but when the doors open is random.
Oh, ew.
Okay, well, we're through. That's fine. I've gotten much worse patterns. We're making pretty good time right now. So coming up next is Wily 3, and we have refights. You know, to be honest, I don't really want to do refights.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do them. We'll do one and see how I feel, and then think about whether or not we're going to do the rest of them.
Yeah, you don't got to finish the run.
We'll see. I'll come up with something.
Yeah. That I'm taking not worth it?
Nope, we don't need it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's not the right weapon. Alright, well, we're going to start here with Napalm Man. Our capsule menuing here is going to be very important. The order in which we do these robots. Napalm first is very important. Okay, to be honest, I am very tired of these refights already. I don't want to do the rest of them. Do I have to do the rest of them?
For the run? Maybe.
I'm just going to play with the super arrow instead, honestly.
Sounds fun.
Okay, I didn't want to do those refights.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just clipped through the wall using the super arrow. That's, I don't really know how else to explain that trick. That's pretty much it. We use some weird properties of the slide on the super arrow to do that. Oh, Wily tinked me. Okay, so this is the Wily Press. Wily Press can shake around either 3, 5, or 7 times on any given cycle. We're just kind of at the press's mercy. 2, 3, 4. Miscounted there. Where the count starts is a little weird, but it doesn't really matter as long as you're paying attention. If you're really good at this game, you can use the super arrow in order to get double hits on 7 cycles. But that's a really hard strat, so I'm gonna cordially pass. Okay, we're done with the press. Coming up, Wily 4, final stage of the game. We're almost done. Almost done. We're not quite that done.
Okay.
You don't need to hold your fist over the button just yet.
I get excited.
I understand. So we're gonna take some damage boosts. and use an E-Tank, because like I said, we have plenty. Then we're going to fight the Wily Machine 5, and then we don't really want to fight the Wily Capsule. We're just going to let Beat do it for us.
Is that why his name is Beat? Because he's just really good at the beatdowns?
Beat beats the game. Okay, so first, here's Wily Press. It's weak to the Super Arrow, which is pretty neat.
Finally, a use for it that isn't breaking the game.
And then we're going to pull out Beat here. So, in order to do this fight, we want Beat to hit Wily basically 2.5 times per cycle. What I mean by a half is what Beat just did right there, essentially tracking Wily's position between teleports. In order to do that, we need Beat to be heading towards Wily, basically when Wily despawns. Other than that, I have more to say, actually. Beat starts moving again once Beat is behind Mega Man's shoulder and not moving. Oh my gosh, Beat, you're really not working with me here. So by doing some jumps in certain spots, we're going to try and get Beat to move as fast as possible. I'm going to use an E-Tank, play it safe. Other than that, the rest of this run is Beat's job. So if y'all want to help me out here, we can encourage Beat if y'all could just start chanting, Beat, 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 Beat. Thank you, just keep doing that.
Beat, 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 Beat.
We're almost done.
Beat.
I'm doing nothing here
Beat.
except for jumping,
Beat.
I guess.
Beat, Beat, Beat.
He tracked
Beat.
there. This
Beat.
has not been the smoothest
Beat.
fight, but
Beat.
whatever.
Beat, Beat, Beat.
All right, one more hit. Beat, Beat, Beat. Get ready on that thing.
Beat,
Beat, Beat. Done.
Beat.
Yay!
That was a little hard.
All right. You pressed the button so hard that you crashed the game.
Oh.
But we finished the run, so does not matter. All right, well, that's Mega Man 5 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. My name's Protomagicalgirl. This has been Games Finished Adequately 12 at Enthusiast Gaming Live Expo. We have had a great time as a staff member, commentator, runner. This has been wonderful, absolutely worth the 6 hours of driving I've had to do to get back and forth from here. We raised $1,000 on the stream for the Sick Kids Foundation. There's a bunch more in the box that we'll tally up later. Thank you all so much for watching all weekend long. We will see you for our next GFA in a couple months. Any final words, Lulu?
Thanks for having me.
I'd like to thank the staff behind the table there, the one and only Pidge01, Dork Master Flag. You can come out. You can come out here. Come on out, Flag. Come on. Unfortunately, Russell is busy, so we have Pidge, Fleck, the wonderful...
Oh, wait.
Russ is here. Come on, Russ. Come on, Russ.
Yay.
The wonderful Pigeon Fleck, our staff team, and Russell, of course, the man who makes this all happen. Russell, I'll let you talk.
I do want to say thank you to the staff that made Games Finish Adequately successful this year. We've raised $1,000. I think there's some stuff in there, too, that we need to calculate. So we'll do a final count, and then we're going to do the donations for Sick Kids. I want to say thank you to the staff as well, Pidge, Proto, Dork. You guys have been really great for the last 2 months. Thank you for creating the schedule and getting this audio thing. This was really fun on Friday morning. From 9 a.m. to 12:30, we're like, where's the speakers? Where's the game? Where's everything? But anyways, thank you guys for tuning into Games Finish Adequately. If you guys ever want to submit speedruns, we're going to be doing this in Anime Nord on 2018, okay? I just want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you. You guys have a nice night, okay? Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh.